Hello and welcome to this new The Second Controls Live. I'm Laura Jane, Senior Marketing Specialist, and today we will be celebrating Women's Month, History Month, with our special guest, Renée Jacobs. So Renée is actually our Business Development Manager for Healthcare. Hi Renée, how are you?
Hi, Laura Jane.
So Renée, can you tell us what is the greatest professional challenge that you've conquered?
The biggest challenge was really attaining my fellow status for the American Society for Healthcare Engineering. And why that was so challenging is that since 1977, or in the last 44 years, there's only been 154 members of ASHE that have been designated as fellows, and only 4 of those, including me, have been female. So it was a huge accomplishment. It took years of work. There's a lot of speaking engagements, publications, a lot of work that has to be done to be able to receive that designation. So it was a great accomplishment and something I didn't really set out intentionally to do, but I had a mentor that encouraged me to do that. And so I'm proud of that accomplishment and glad I went down that path.
And you have every right to be proud of that. And what is your advice for other women looking to work in our industry?
To be tenacious, ask questions, don't give up. It can be frustrating. And there have been many times where I've thought about changing careers, doing something totally different. But I really get so much out of my career and what I've done, and I enjoy it. So there are times where it's frustrating, but to just continue to work hard and don't give up, because you will be successful if you put your time and effort into it and you dedicate yourself, you'll find success.
This is really inspiring. Thank you, Renée. So earlier you talked about a mentor. Can you name a person who has had a tremendous impact on you as a leader, and why and how this person impacts your life?
I would say that individual was my first boss at the health system I worked for very early in my career. His name was Chuck Bryant. And he was instrumental because he really pushed me hard. And in pushing me hard, he also would get feedback and ask me if I'd hit my limit. And he was always good about checking in with me, making sure that he hadn't pushed me too far, too hard. And he not only pushed me, but he helped me navigate politics. And that was something that you really don't learn in college. There's no formal education about how to navigate politics when you're working for a large organization. So he really helped me with that. And the one thing that was a little bit different is that my first annual review with him, he told me that I needed to be understanding of people that were not as high a performer as I was. And it took me a long time to understand what that really meant. But he said everybody works on a different level and has different goals and ambitions. And it was very insightful and helped me really be a better leader, to understand that not everybody wanted to be in leadership positions, that some people really enjoyed their jobs just doing what they were doing. So it was very helpful for me to understand and get that perspective. So he was very instrumental in helping me be a better leader and lead better teams.
And he definitely did a great job, because to me, you're amazing. And so if you could go back and tell your 10-year-old self one piece of advice about life, what would it be?
Oh, that's always an interesting question. I think that as young people, we limit ourselves. We believe that we have to pick one career and we have to stick with it our whole lives. And I saw with my daughter and her friends when they were in high school, the stress that they were under trying to pick a career path, and how it had them so stressed and frustrated. So I would go back to anyone, a 10-year-old up to 18-year-old, and say, understand that whatever you pick as your career path is probably not where you're going to do the rest of your life. You're going to find other career paths. You're going to find other avenues to be engaged in the workforce, and they may not be exactly what you think, but there's a lot of things that you'll probably do that you haven't even thought of. And that's, or jobs that haven't even been invented yet or are relevant today that may be relevant in the future. So dream high, don't set limits on yourself, and know that you're probably going to do many different things in your life. And so take the time to just open your mind up to anything and everything that you could possibly think of.
That's definitely great advice. Thank you so much, Renee. Well, thank you all for watching. Renee, is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience before we wish everyone a nice day?
Just, I thank you for this opportunity. And as a woman in a non-traditional women's field of work, I think that the best advice I have is just to continue to put yourself and family first. It's very difficult to, I don't even say balance, because there is no balance, but it's difficult to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, that self-care and family care, and doing your job as well. And it will all fall into place if you're taking care of yourself. As women, sometimes we forget that.
That's true. Thank you for the reminder, Renee.
Absolutely.
Thanks again, and have a great day, everyone, and stay safe.